Breakthrough Pro 4 starts up Sunday, July 14th, 7 o'clock. And I think about all the kids out there. If you have kids out there that are working their butts off in practice, doing great, getting the lessons, all that stuff, but they're maybe struggling in the game, Breakthrough Pro is for them.
And I'm in love with the good life. Can't give it up. Make it to the top. Keep climbing. I wanna live it up. The good life. I'm coming up. I'm coming up. The good life. Good life. Oh, good life. Good life. Good life. Good life.
Boom, coming in hot, Chinchy. What's going on, brother? How was the weekend?
It was good. Actually long. Sometimes a long weekend feels so fast. It felt kind of long, and I had a good time. It was with family. Obviously, it was Jess's birthday weekend, your birthday weekend.
Yeah.
How'd it go for you?
I had a great weekend, too. Just, stuff with the family, and, it was great, man. It was awesome.
Yeah, crazy baseball going on. I wonder to see how the ratings are, because there's good weather all over the country, but there were some really great baseball games. Hey, one dude hit a homer in 4 straight at bats. One dude, the Yankees, who you wouldn't expect to, hit 3 homers in a game. The Mets and the Pirates battled back and forth all weekend long. What's your takeaway before we even get into, by the way, the All-Star game?
The Reds got swept by the Tigers. The Reds sweep the Yankees, then get swept by the Tigers. You never know with baseball, man.
You really never know with baseball. And by the way, after our talk about Paul Skeens, everybody's now saying, should he be the starter for the All-Star team? Whatever. Let's get into the All-Star. The reserves came out Sunday night.
Yep.
Early. I don't know how many surprises or whatever. I'm gonna rip through some stuff. How about I rip through some reserves from position players, and you just stop me and go, hey, wait, I want to talk about this guy or that guy, right?
Okay. Yep.
All right. We got Sal Perez, and I'll go AL first. Sal Perez of the Royals, not surprising. Carlos Correa, Rafael Devers, Marcus Semien, Kyle Tucker.
Marcus Semien.
There you go. Second base Rangers.
Dude, pull-ups. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I love Semien. I think he's a great player, but pull up Semien's numbers, dude. I mean, you think that those are all-star numbers?
Let's find out right now. Boom, boom, boom. I like the challenge. All right, I did it right now. 232 batting average is the first. I'm looking at 12.
232. Yeah, 679 OPS.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, I don't know. Yeah, 47 ribbies. I love Marcus Semien because he plays every day, and I guess maybe the second base position right now in the American League isn't stacked.
I actually don't think it's that stacked. You know, a couple guys having off years. Altuve having a good year. He's the starter, so yeah.
Well, he's deserving. There you go. He's deserving.
There you go. Okay, we can move forward. Where did we end there? Kyle Tucker, Josh Naylor, Paredes, Bobby Witt Jr. We had that conversation. He could have started, and he would have started any other year probably too.
Oh, there's no doubt.
I like this guy in the outfield. Jaron Duran, you've been hyping up all year.
Oh, Jaron Duran's a stud, man. Center fielder guy play. I think he's the modern day Pete Rose. Like, just the way Pete plays. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he's Pete Rose, so everyone else chill. I'm saying you can appreciate the way we loved the way Pete played. You love the way Jaron Duran plays. I mean, he just plays all out, hair on fire.
Yep.
Plays the game the right way. Love it.
No question. Riley Green of the Tigers, David Fry.
Riley Green, interesting with Riley Green, hitting for a lot more power this year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, average isn't, that high, but I think he's trying to drive the ball and is really driving the ball high and deep.
Yeah.
How many home runs does he have? I think he has 17 homers. If I'm right, did I nail that one? I believe it's 17 bombs for Riley Green.
Let's see. Riley Green. Boom. That's you.
17?
17 bombs, 45 ribbies. You're right.
Yeah. And what's he hitting? Like 245?
61, dude.
261?
356 on base with 17 bombs.
That's what I mean. He's having a really nice year. Like, it reminds you of a guy you talked about earlier, Josh Naylor. Josh Naylor last year hit 318 with 97 RBIs and 19 homers. He already has over 20 homers this year, but he's hitting like 245, 250. Mm-hmm. So he's sacrificing, a little bit of average for the power.
Hey,
that's how you get paid in the big leagues, Chinch.
Exactly. Whatever gets you paid, right?
Whatever gets you paid.
How about NL, dude? Will Smith hit 4 consecutive home runs.
Dude, I did that one time in college.
Yeah. which is still unbelievable.
Yeah.
I don't
But
think
to
I'd
do it in the big leagues, bro, I did it against Old Dominion on Pig Roast Weekend my junior year.
It's you.
Will Smith's doing it in the big leagues, dude. 4 in a row in the big in LA, which not easy to hit it out there.
No, it's not.
Hey, you think that they signed Will Smith to 10 years, $140 million. You think that contract's going to look really good in like 2 years? They'll be like, oh, Will Smith's going to be like, why'd I do that? My bad.
It's really crazy. I mean, it's unbelievable. That roster is so complete. It's unbelievable. I'll keep going through the list. Shortstop Mookie Betts makes it. Freddie Freeman makes it. Teoscar Hernandez makes it. That's just 4 reserves right there. Who, by the way, I think almost all of them have been starters even in an All-Star game.
Oh, yeah.
Ellie De La Cruz, bro, makes it, which is really
Love that. Well,
cool.
dude.
Anyway, even if his numbers aren't there, I still think he's a star. So
To see him on the at the Midsummer Classic on the national stage, that's awesome for baseball. If Ellie De La Cruz just hits a ball in the gap and we can watch him run, that would be incredible.
Yeah, really cool. CJ Abrams, Ryan McMahon.
Dude, really quick with the CJ Abrams.
Oh yeah,
dude, this guy's a stud. I'm telling you. And listen, if you're not paying attention, people, start paying attention to the Nationals lineup. James Wood is going to be a star. And he's 21 years old. And you go back and look at that trade in today's game or yesterday's game, it was Abrams in the leadoff spot, Wood hitting 3, and Mackenzie Gore starting. So you got one of your top starters. You got your leadoff hitter, shortstop of the future, and young buck outfielder with 70 power are the 3 main guys you got back in the Soto trade, who now plays for the Yankees. So you got him from the Padres. That's going to turn out to be a heck of a trade
and
for the Nationals. And Mike Rizzo nailed it.
Yeah, and think about it. We don't even know if Juan Soto is going to be a Yankee next year. The guy's not. You got to hit a home run with a trade like that. I mean, it looks like home runs were hit with that Soto trade.
Oh, dude, the grand slams were hit, dude. I'm telling you, James Wood is going to be a star.
Yeah, that's awesome.
CJ Abrams, dude, CJ Abrams hitting for big power. He's 23. He's only going to get better too. This kid's a stud, but I really believe James Wood's going to be a star.
All right, there you go. Mark it down. Ryan McMahon for the Rockies. Jackson Merrill.
Dude, I got a great story real quick. Jackson Merrill. So a couple years ago, I got good stuff. A couple years ago, 2021, Eric Milton, who played in the big leagues, left-handed pitcher. You remember Milton, right?
Oh, sure.
First round pick of the Yankees. Played with me with the Reds for a bunch of years. Great dude. Milt called me he's like, this is like 2021 because I looked it up. It was January 2021. He's like, COVID was just kind of still going. It was a weird time in our country.
Right.
Milt texts me. He's like, Case, he's like, I coach this team down here in Baltimore. He's like, can you come on a Zoom call and talk a little bit? We'll talk and maybe answer some questions. I'm like, yeah, no problem. So I go through and do this, whole thing and, have a great talk with Milton's team and everything. And then, so at the end, the kids are asking questions and there's always one in every bunch, Chinch, one in every bunch. Guy raises his hand. He's like, yeah, he's like, what happened when you get thrown out from left field?
No, the
So
kid.
I'm like, there's one in every bunch. And I remember it. I'm like, there's one in every bunch. Like, whatever. I said whatever, going.
Yeah, you're gonna be.
So whatever. And I was like, we had kind of had a good laugh about it. So the other day I'm on MLB Tonight and we're interviewing Jackson Merrill. And we're getting the interview hooked up before he comes on. So everyone's saying hi, hey, what's up, dude? Thanks for coming on with us. Me, Matty V, and like Jake Peavy. Thanks for coming on with us, bro. And in my ear, the producer's like, hey, Jackson Merrill wants to talk to you real quick, Case. So bam, they bring my mic in. I'm like, hey, man, what's up? He's like, hey, he's like, Sean, he's like, do you remember talking to Eric Milton's team 3 years ago on Zoom? I go, yeah. He goes, I was on that team. I go, no way. He goes, I was the kid that asked you what it was like to feel like getting thrown out from left field.
No way.
And I'm like, bro, I had no idea you were this legit. If I'd have known that, I would have thought it was a great question.
Did he apologize? Was it an apology?
No. Then he was like, what was it like to be the slowest player in the big leagues?
Jeez Louise.
He doubled down.
Well, he's an all-star now, I guess.
Yeah, dude. He guy's an absolute stud, bro.
Walking the walk.
He's a stud.
Ramos from the Giants. Brian Reynolds from the Pirates. Ozuna, obviously, with the Braves. I guess he's DHing. Arise Padres. Pete Alonso makes the team. He had a big hit on Sunday, by the way.
Yeah, well, he's Alonso's getting it going. You know what I mean? It seems like he's getting it going. He's like, am I right?
Yeah. Oh, he's absolutely getting it going.
Yeah.
He's having a good run this last couple weeks, especially. Everybody on that team kind of got.
You know, it's funny because I look at that and I do nothing against Pete Alonso and Luis Arise, but I think back to when I made my All-Star teams. It was like Jeff Bag. You had to go through Bagwell, McGuire, Pujols. You know, and you're like, you better have, like, I remember the one year in 2004, I got voted in by the players. I was hitting 355 with like 16 bombs, 55 ribbies, something like that. But I had to do that to get voted in by the players because there were so many great first basemen. Not saying those guys aren't elite, but they're good players.
Right,
but the numbers they're putting up in the first half of 2024 aren't necessarily big first base numbers. I mean, Alonso's got the home runs and stuff, but
but no, you're right. That's not like
you know what I'm saying?
No, that was like the baseball cards would have like the 4 all-star first basemen standing together,
exactly,
and they all had like 25 at the break. And like, I totally remember that. I loved seeing you in the all-star game. So, man, do you still get excited when you hear this? Like, give me first time. First, give me your first. You are an all-star for the first time, Sean Casey. Who told you? Where were you? And what happened?
In front of the team, you know, they come out and Jack McKeon was like, you know, we got, you know, our all-star guys were just released, you know, give it up for, it was like Danny Graves, Barry Larkin, and Sean Casey, Scott Williamson. That was so cool, dude. It never gets old. I remember 2001, I was having a pretty good year. I was hitting 310 with like 10 homers at the break, but no one was really having a great year with the Reds. And so, you know, I ended up getting the nod because I was having the, you know, best year of all of us. And Bob Boone came out, you know, that time. And then what's funny is, Chinch, 99, I was 25 years old. It was so awesome. It was the all-century game. I was so overwhelmed with everything. You know, the George Brett, meeting Ted Williams. I lockered next to Mike Piazza, Vlad Guerrero, you know, meeting Randy Johnson, Barry Bonds right there. Just cool experience. Almost felt like I said, I'd won a contest. And then 2001, I get elected to go out in Seattle with the Cal Ripken game and Tony Gwynn, and Cal goes deep, and Tommy Lasorda almost wears one in the face with Vlad Guerrero, and you know what I mean? Like, he gets knocked down. Yeah. And that was just a cool game. But I look back at that game, and I got hurt in 2002. I blew out my shoulder. And I remember thinking to myself, I took that game for granted. Like, I took the 2001 All-Star game like I didn't take as much video. I took it for granted. Like, I look back, I was like, man, if I go back to another All-Star game, I am not going to take it for granted. Then I got hurt in 2002, and I'm like, wow, you know, and then in 2003, I had a pretty good year, and I'm like, man, I may never get back to where I was. And then in 2004, I ended up hitting 355 at the break with 16 and 50, and I got back to the All-Star game. But the point is, dude, I was like, I pretended like it was going to be my last one, and it was. Like, I had my son Andrew, Muhammad Ali came in our clubhouse. Oh, it was so cool. And I had Andrew in the clubhouse, who was 2 at the time. I gave him to Ali, and Ali held him. I have one of the coolest pictures ever. The 500 club was there. The 500 hitter clubs was there. Watching Lance Berkman do the Derby. I had Andrew out there with me, like, hanging out, and I chartered a jet, dude, a jumbo jet. Yeah. All the family got on it, flew from Cincinnati to Houston to back, and I was like, this is the last jumbo jet we're ever going to do because this is way too expensive. Yeah, it was incredible. Great experience. Though. It was like the whole, so I think I like in 2004 really brought it in, was like, this is incredible.
Wait, that's a Houston one?
Yeah, 2004.
That's when I met you. That's
right. That's when I met you. You were doing like a piece, weren't you?
Oh, it was at the gala. The what is that? You know, the gala.
Yeah.
Everybody who's never been to an All-Star game. It's usually where, like, it's great to bring the families and the kids, and there's like,
yes,
yeah, it's just a nice little night party type thing in some nice part of town of the city that's hosting. And Harold Reynolds is running around, me and Chris Rohenbeck, who's now all great friends. But we're like little associate producers running around with Harold. And Harold, who always is like, hey, Sean Casey, get over here. Introduces me and Chris Rohenbeck, coordinating producer of MLB Tonight now, folks. Sean Casey, you had the long, you had like,
Oh, I had the law, dude. I had the flow and lock because I was raking. I was
Yeah.
raking. I'm like, I'm not cutting this hair.
Yep. And Harold goes, "Hey guys, I'll be right back. Sean, can you just keep an eye on these guys for me for a second as a joke?" Sean's like, "Yeah, sure." Harold walks away as he normally does for half an hour. And Sean was so kind and stood with me and this other production assistant kid talking. We got to know him. He left. And now we have the mayor's office. What is it? It's like almost 20
years later. Wow, dude. That's a great story. I remember that, Chinch. I remember that. I didn't know it was you, but I remember that whole thing.
Right. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's incredible.
This is why it's great. It's a great game. It's great. I love the All-Star game. I get excited for it. And the other cool thing about all this is that we're also literally pulling in on a home stretch of the trade deadline, which things need to start getting happening there too, you know?
Yeah. You wonder what's going to happen. I mean, there's teams, you look at a team like the Blue Jays, they're definitely going to be sellers. You look at, I read an article today, the Rangers are going to be sellers. The Astros are all, Ken Rosenthal said the Astros are all in. So like, this is going to be fun, dude. The deadline's when it's a lot of fun to, just to be around the game.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we haven't even dove into the pitching staff for these, but
Well, Paul Skeens is in. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Paul Skeens is in.
Dude, also Chris Sale, man. Good for Chris Sale.
Yes.
Good for Chris Sale. Spencer Strider goes down for the year. Sale comes in. Sale's a great dude. Bam, here we go. One of the best pitchers in the game again. So I'm really happy for Chris Sale, man. That's a great Imanaga from the Cubs. Seeing him in there is pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's just some great pitchers, man.
How about Clay Holmes making it? That's amazing.
That's awesome. Clay Holmes, great dude, bro. Great guy. He deserves it. Nasty stuff.
Yeah, a lot of first timers, a lot of flipping around. How about Zach Wheeler? It's amazing. Zach Wheeler, one of those up and coming Mets years and years ago with Matt Harvey.
Oh, why didn't they lock him up?
They didn't lock him up. And Zach Wheeler, an all-star for the Phillies.
Dude, he might be arguably the best pitcher in the game too.
Yeah, unbelievable. Here, how about this National League, by the way, pitchers? Suarez from the Phillies, Zach Wheeler from the Phillies, Matt Strahm from the Phillies, Jeff Hoffman for the Phillies. I mean, part of the reason why they're one of the best.
Yeah, why do you think they're winning? Yeah, and Christopher Sanchez, who's not even there, has been dominating this year too. And
yep.
So,
all right, yeah, we're going to talk even more. We start breaking down some of this even a little more over the next couple of days. But I feel like we've said it all here for the All-Star game. Look at you. Wait, your wheels are spinning. Is there one more thing?
Oh, in my group was Carlos Beltran. And do you remember that time? I think he got traded to the Astros, or
oh yeah, the year he hit
when he was dominating.
Cespedes, and
I just remember being in his group, and whenever you're in the environment, the All-Star game, you're always looking for how loud the bats are, because like these are the best players in the world, and the sound of the bat sounds different. Beltran that year in 2004, I was like, if you close your eyes, you're like, that's a different sound. And he was in my group. I just remember that group being like so fun, like listening to him just hammering pitches.
That's so cool. Oh, I used to love watching you guys. BP is my favorite thing at an All-Star game, because you're just like, these are the greatest guys in the world hitting the ball a gazillion feet and not even looking at it and going on to the next pitch. That's the craziest thing.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we'll keep talking All-Star stuff as we lead up to it and keep going forward, man.
One more thing, Chinch. Breakthrough Pro starts up. Breakthrough Pro 4 starts up Sunday, July 14th, 7 o'clock. And I think about all the kids out there. If you have kids out there that are working their butts off in practice, doing great, getting the lessons, all that stuff, but they're maybe struggling in the game, Breakthrough Pro is for them. And if you find yourself in life, you're kind of looking for more gratitude, looking for more joy. How do I get my mind to a different place? Breakthrough Pro's for you. We'll show you. If you have the limiting beliefs sometimes, and you always thought this way or that way, and you want to change the story, we'll show you how to change the story. Breakthrough Pros for you. So come join us if you can. July 14th. Sign up. Chinch will put a link in down at the bottom here. Breakthrough-pro.com. Sean Casey Live, and come join us Sunday, July 14th. I always believe, Chinch, life's better when you're running in a pack, running in a herd. We formed the Breakthrough Pro community so that we can all kind of do this together, meet new friends, meet new people, and grow together. So there's a quick promo for Breakthrough Pro 4. Right. I will see you tomorrow, brother. I love you tons. Let's get it.
Let's get it.